this time around, we'll be looking at cutting this line here, alright? So it's on a bit of an angle, and this will be the end of our joint notch. So we're going to use this here. Well, I'll ask you what type of saw this is at the end of the video, but we'll be looking at using this particular saw to cut on a very specific angle, which is that one there. And this is a bit of a finer tooth blade, as you can see, and it's quite a thin blade, so we're just going to take it nice and slow so it doesn't overheat and break, because these blades can break really easily if you stress them too hard. And we're just going to look at taking our time, because it is quite a difficult angle to cut as well. So let's do that now. So we're just angling in first, so we can catch a bit of the timber. Taking it slow. This is very thick timber for this blade, so we're just taking it really slow. And what we might do is we might use the tenon saw to get it to grab a bit more. Just blowing off the excess. Taking it slow. Getting a bit of an angle here so that we can cut off more material on this side and then follow through on this side by rolling it over, right? Just check this side, see how it's going, see how that angle is travelling through, making sure it's a really straight cut. Good. Right, I'll bring you over and have a look. As you can see, it's not the most amazing cut. It starts off nice and thin here. That's really thin, that's really good. Nice, easy, straight cut. But as it gets wider, what that means is I've cut it at an angle so that it the teeth bite at that whole side, but they also bite at this whole side. So it widens up where you've cut it. But we can fix that up with a sander so that it looks really nice and neat. And also maybe a chisel if need be. But we finished the cut, so it's hard to see the pencil mark, but it goes down along here. So we'll finish, the next cut will be to get that bit there out. And then we've finished the notch for the joint. And I might also say that I did switch from the coping saw to the tenon saw halfway through. And that's because the coping saw was just a little too small a blade for this quite thick timber, but it was good in getting this little angle. I just cut a little bit of a notch in this little angle, and that allowed me to get the tenon saw in there so that I could just wiggle it through, and then that's what gave me that good cut there. So even though it does widen out here, it's still a pretty decent cut. But yeah, it's good to have that knowledge of how the different saws work, and it allows you to adapt mid-cut